Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss Chapter 4 Heat, Lecture 2. This is your subject Science for class 7th. And in the end, we will also discuss homework solution of Lecture 1. Topics to be discussed will be thermometer, clinical thermometer, laboratory thermometer, reading of clinical thermometer. Now what is thermometer? As you can see in the picture given in the right hand side, thermometer is an instrument for measuring and indicating temperature. Okay, so it's an instrument for measuring and indicating the temperature, that how much is the temperature. Okay. Now what are the types of thermometer we have? We have clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometer. As you can see in the figure, the first one is for the lab and the second one is for the clinical purposes, that is for using at the houses. Okay. Now you might have seen thermometer in your house. Do you know which kind of thermometer is that? I just now told you. Yes, it is clinical thermometer. The thermometer that is used to measure our body temperature is the clinical thermometer, as you can see in the picture as well. So now, what is the functioning of clinical thermometer? It has a narrow glass tube which has a bulb on one end. As you can see in the figure, at one end there is a metallic bulb. This bulb contains mercury. Mercury is a metal which is liquid at room temperature. Okay, so it contains the mercury. A clinical thermometer reads temperature from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Okay, this is a clinical thermometer and this is the reading of clinical thermometer. Now, we will study more about clinical thermometer. Kink is in the clinical thermometer helps to prevent the falling of mercury present in the capillary tube. As you can see, where these digits are written 35, 36, 37, 38, this particular place is known as capillary tube. And there is a dot-like structure given here also, that is known as kink. Okay, so kink prevents the mercury to fall down back to the bulb so that we can do the reading of the thermometer. It ensures that the user take the correct reading of temperature. Okay, so that we can take a correct reading, this kink help the mercury to be there in the capillary tube. Otherwise, what will happen, as soon as we take the temperature of the person, we cannot read the temperature also, that what is the condition of the person, how much degree fever this person is having. It will directly go to the bulb. Okay, so this kink protect is and prevent the mercury to falling down into the bulb and be in the capillary tube only. Now, always curious to know new things. Always curious to do new things. Rohan is a person, we are taking example here, thought of measuring the temperature of the boiling milk using the clinical thermometer. As you can see, their milk is boiling. So Rohan is a student, or he is a child who wants to take the temperature, who wants to measure the temperature of a boiling milk. Okay. But his mother saw him and stopped him to do so. Can you tell why? This is because the range of clinical thermometer is fixed. So if we use a clinical thermometer to measure the temperature of boiling water or milk, it will get break, which could be dangerous. As you can see in the figure, there is a fixed range of clinical thermometer starting from 35 ending at 42. Okay, and you know water boil at 100 degree. So we cannot measure temperature of boiling water or boiling milk with a clinical thermometer. Okay, and also to note that the thermometer contains mercury, which is harmful for humans. In case you break a thermometer, take help of adults to clean up. Okay, do not touch the mercury. So you need to clean up, and you don't have to touch the mercury because mercury is dangerous and it could be very bad for us if we touch it, and the milk will also get spoiled. Now, how we are going to do the reading in a clinical thermometer? Okay, step 1 is wash the thermometer gently with water or antiseptic. Okay, as you can see in the picture also. Then step 2 is, since the thermometer reading doesn't go down on its own, we have to hold the thermometer firmly and jerk it to the temperature before using. So you need to lower the temperature by jerking it. This you must have seen in your house also, your mother or any one of the adult, or you must be doing this before measuring a temperature. Now, step 3 is place the thermometer bulb below the tongue in the mouth, or place it between the upper arm and torso, such that it is touching the armpit. As you can see in the image also, the baby is having that in the armpit, and one who is bit bigger than the baby, a teenager or more than 5 years of old, they can put in their mouth also. So notice, make sure that the mouth and the armpits closed. Wait for 2 minutes before removing the thermometer. The normal temperature of human body is 37 degrees Celsius. Does that mean everyone has same temperature all the time when they are not sick? So what is your guess? So it is the average human body temperature, and it can fluctuate during the day depending on what we are doing. Okay, either we are running or we are doing exercise or we are sitting. It depends on situation to situation, and it also depends on the circumstances. When we are sick, the body temperature rises up. The temperature of 39 degrees Celsius is considered mild fever, and anything above 40 degrees is considered serious. We need to note that our body temperature never goes above 42 degrees Celsius or below 35 degrees Celsius. That's why the scale of a clinical thermometer is limited to 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius, as you can see in this picture as well. Okay, it is from 35 to 42 and it's a clinical thermometer. Now homework is solve exercise NCERT question. Question number 1 is state similarities and differences between the laboratory thermometer and the clinical thermometer. You need to do this in your notebook. Then question number 3 is fill in the blanks. First, the hotness of an object is determined by its dash. Second, temperature of boiling water cannot be measured by a dash thermometer. Third, temperature is measured in degree dash. Fourth, no medium is required for transfer of heat by the process of dash. Fifth, a cold steel spoon is dipped in a cup of hot milk. It transfers heat to its other end by the process of dash. Then last is clothes of dash colors absorb heat better than clothes of light color. Okay, so this you need to do. If you have a book, you can do in your book also. Now we are going to discuss homework solutions of lecture 1. So we will start with question number 2, which I gave you yesterday. Give 2 examples each of conductors and insulators of heat. Answer is the physical substances which easily conduct a good amount of heat with minimum losses of with minimum loss of heat are known as heat conductors. For example, gold, iron, etc. On the other hand, the physical substances which cannot easily conduct a good amount of heat energy are known as heat insulators. For example, wood, thermocol, plastic, etc. Next question was define heat. So the answer is when a hot object and a cold object come in contact with each other, a type of energy flows from the hot object to the colder one. This energy is called heat energy. The SI unit of heat is joule, stands with capital J. So the next question is define temperature. Okay, and the answer will be it is the measure of heat in body. It identifies body as hot or cold. It is a means of determining the internal energy contained within the system. Okay, and it is measured using a thermometer. Okay, so temperature is a measure of heat inside a body. Okay, and it tells the body is hot or cold. Okay, and it tells the internal energy also of a system. If we are talking about any kind of system, it tells the energy of that particular thing also. Okay, so it's not only about the temperature of a human body, it's a temperature of a place, a temperature of a instrument, a temperature of a substance like milk, water, etc. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.